Come on, ladies and gents, welcome back to another brand new video. This is Odin snacks on some grass just there. I feel like today's video is going to be a bit of a therapy session. Well, I say therapy just for me to help get things off my chest. I always see these vlogs as kind of therapy anyway, where whenever I talk to the camera and say things, get them off my chest, out of my head, I just feel much better. I just say it's going to be therapy because I just feel like I want to be honest with the camera, with myself, and just get things out there. Because it's going to feel strange when I leave the fitness industry after 10 plus years. So as I sort of come to terms with that, unpack a few things as I want to say, and just get ready to start a new career. And the first sort of, I say, strange thing I'm feeling is that I feel like this is going to be my first proper job. Now I know the gym has been the gym is a proper job, but I've just never seen it as a job because it's always been like a hobby. I've always enjoyed it, and I know they always say you want to try and make your hobby a job, but then obviously some people say you shouldn't, because then it blurs the lines between hobby and job. If that makes any sense at all. Not a coffee. I think there is a term for it, but yeah, I think maybe the lines have been a bit blurred between hobby and career. Because like I say, for the past 15 years I have let fitness rule my life, maybe a bit too much. I got addicted to it too much. I say it's worst things to be addicted to. We can get addicted to fitness, like missing family events or skipping things for going to the gym. For example, like my graduation day, I want to just get out of the way and then get to the gym, rather than like spend more time with the family and just taking the whole like day of graduation, which I didn't do too well at uni. Again, because of the gym, I used to skip lectures in favour of training, and then that's one of the main reasons why I sort of failed my second year of uni, because I was training too much, didn't go to lectures. And then when I tried to go to a lecture, I got really bad anxiety, almost had an anxiety attack, sat in the car, so I had to just head home. Obviously I think I did head to the gym. However, on a more positive note, what I've been doing to prepare for the new job role is getting more steps in, which Odin has been loving. So I'm going to be walking up to 12 miles a day in the new job, post-person with driving. That is the job role. So I've been getting out 2 or 3 times a day, so definitely getting my steps in. So he's been loving that. Although sadly his recall's not been getting any better, but I'm slowly working that with plenty of treats in the bag. I've got a little pack of pigs and blankets for him, so whenever he comes back he gets a little bit of one of those. And one thing is going to help me get those steps in over the next 2 weeks is that because I've not taken much holiday this year from work, I'm having to take 6 days over the next 2 weeks. I'm off today, Wednesday, Friday, and the same the following week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so I'm able to get a lot more steps in on those days, with obviously today being a Monday, so I'm off today. So I'm going to make this bit of a longer walk with Odin, and then we'll head over to Vault for today's training. But let's get this walk finished and give the boys some attention. Something else that's going to need work is my nutrition. Now I know in the last videos I opened up more about my eating disorder, or my eating disorders, which I think after admitting that it's slowly gotten better, especially since last week. I've been actually eating back my running calories and felt much better, and obviously still lost weight. The scale's been yo-yoing, obviously the calories have been cycled. I won't go into any detail of that. However, the only issue at the minute is mentally is still like the pre-workout meal. So over the years I've been able to pretty much pick out when I'm going to train, so I know when I'm going to eat, but most of the time I won't eat until 2.5 hours before training, which obviously intermittent fasting's fine, but I can't imagine fasting, walking up to 12 miles a day, doing a full day in work, and only eating 2 hours before I train. So that's going to be something I need to wrap my head around, figure that out. I don't know what the situation is going to be with taking food to work. Obviously I'm going to find all out when I actually start. Speaking of which, currently I think this is week 11 of my dieting phase, so next week will be week 12, which lines up perfectly to sort of end. Oh no, this is week 10. The first week in work will be week 12. We'll see, maybe I'll push it for 12 weeks and see where I'm at then, because then that'll leave me actually, I don't know, we'll figure something out, because obviously I'm going to be 12 weeks in the diet, or it's going to be 12 weeks out from High Rocks Comp that I'll stop the diet. We'll see. But today, still in deficit, so starting the day with the usual protein oats, coconut, banana, maple syrup, and then let this settle, and then go and train about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I had a bit of a nightmare while I went up for squat, which was more frustrating than anything. As you can see, I hit the rack while reacting the bar, which just wound me up. I think I did it 2 or 3 more times. And there wasn't a real plan going into today's session, just see how the legs feel after Saturday's run, which was my longest ever run at 18 kilometres, which I'm very pleased with. And this weekend I'm probably going to push for that half marathon distance, and the hips were feeling pretty back to normal today, so pushed it for a heavy single, which was 170. I know I shouldn't be too annoyed because it's still a decent weight, but for me personally, since I've done a 5x5 at this weight, it just frustrates me a bit. But I need to remember I've gone from squatting 3 times a week to once a week, and my running has gone up to 3 times a week from nothing, so that's obviously going to result in strength drop, although I've never got up to my peak strength since injuring my hip. My best since then was 180, so I'm guessing I'm still maintaining that strength. After that I did some pauses, which obviously sucked because they're pauses, and then for the RDLs, since one of my goals is focus on grip work, it was do the warm-ups with an overhand grip, which surprisingly was a challenge, and I only managed to work up to 80 before having to get out the old straps, which I've recently downloaded a Gods of Grip ebook, which suggests warming up like deadlifts, RDLs, anything that uses a barbell with an overhand grip, just double overhand before using straps or grip for the warm-ups, which I'm going to start doing a lot more, which I include more at the end of this session. And because I couldn't be bothered with split squats, I swapped them out for single leg presses instead, because this is another machine I've wanted to try, and to be honest I thought it was a dual single leg press, but it wasn't. And then I thought I'd just chuck in some reverse hypers just to decompress the back and just get a bit of posterior chain work in there as well, before moving on to the extra grip work and combine that with core work. So we're starting with the dumbbell curls, or dumbbell flexion, I can't even remember what it's called, but holding the dumbbells neutral by your side, open up your fingers as far as you can go, and then curl them all the way up. Next, then do some weighted sit-ups, just weight across my chest, sitting up trying to keep those legs straight as can, with the feet coming off the floor, which was frustrating. Then on to some banded flexes. Again, I'm butchering these names, but holding the bands, letting that put myself down, and then try to get my thumb, or thinking about getting my thumb all the way up to try and to my forearm, which obviously doesn't go very far, but certainly helps get that forearm and these were burning, before finishing with some lying leg tucks, just focusing on bringing my knees towards my chest and making sure that pelvis tucks up and I get that nice contraction of the lower abs. And then to finish the session, I thought I'd add in some Stairmaster for some extra leg conditioning. However, I do not count the steps I do in the gym towards my daily total. I always make a note of my steps as I'm entering the gym, as the watch picks up any movement as steps. So say I was to do a set of 10 on dumbbell bench press, it count it as extra steps, as there's no way I've done an extra 3,000 steps during this session. I'm also adding this in just to condition the legs for the postman job I'm going into, so I'll be on my feet a lot, I imagine. So for this I just stuck on one of Craig Ritchie's latest news videos, just 12 minutes, and just stayed on that for the duration. So it's been a few hours since I finished training, and my legs really felt that Stairmaster quads are rather sore. But to finish off this kind of therapy honesty vlog, one point I've always sort of held in is that I've always said to myself, if I was ever to lead the fitness industry, that I would feel like a phoenix when I get into it. I always envisioned myself becoming this top coach, this top PT, you know, fully booked one-to-one sessions, be like all over the internet, like online, be a big online coach. But to be completely honest, I think I've enjoyed the idea of it, but never truly the process that would have to go into it. Like, I always believe in order to want to achieve something, you want to like enjoy the process of getting there as well. If that makes any sense. Like enjoying all sorts of things that go into the advertising or whatever of becoming a PT or becoming successful. That just ain't it for me. Or personally, just don't. Going back to that point I said earlier about it being a hobby, I remember reading once, many moons ago, about how you shouldn't really turn your hobby or passion into a job, as it can soon kill that passion or enjoyment from the hobby. Don't get the same fulfillment, and I kind of sort of feel that's the point I've reached now. It's pretty much my life for the past 10 years, just been 24/7 gym and fitness. So I think it'll be good to have a job where the hobby can become fitness can become the hobby again, and I've got work on the side, so hopefully reignite that fire in my belly and find that passion for it again. The passion's not going to be there for training, but just the coaching side of things and being in the gym, it's just taking its toll and put that fire out. But as I say, it'll be good to have that separation, have work, build that sort of career, have this fulfillment on the hobby side, try and find a nice work-life balance, which at the minute I wouldn't say I haven't really had one, to be honest. I think I've missed that one a lot in life. Again, it's all through my own choice of going to the gym, but at the time, looking back, not the best choices. Like, I've put the gym over everything else almost, and it's led to me being where I am today. Again, a lot of reflecting to do as I switch careers and reevaluate life. I don't know. Didn't expect this to get as deep as I thought. That's what she said. But yeah, lots are still back on my mind. Maybe doing it to go to an actual therapist just to unpack the brain, unpack the thoughts in here. But for now, YouTube will do to get it out my head, to speak from the heart, and just, yeah. I find it weird that I can just take the camera, say what I want to post online, but if I wanted to go live on a story or film a story and post it, I just can't, which is bizarre. It's just another thing to unwrap my mind. But yeah, looking forward to a lot of changes to be made. Exciting changes, exciting times. Obviously changes with, obviously there'll be more steps. Need to sort out my nutrition, need to sort out my training. Hopefully with that separation I'll be able to sort them out rather than just, like I say, be 24/7 just gym, and it's on to a better work-life balance and all that. So I think that's going to wrap up. So I think that's going to wrap up today's video. Again, not much has been on today. I've just been chilling, enjoying the day off. Just watched France, Belgium. Bit disappointed that France got through. Belgium scoring the own goal in the 85th minute, but it is what it is. England were very lucky last night to go through with that 95th minute Jude Bellingham overhead kick. But yeah, gonna watch the rest of the Euros in the match, Portugal, Turkey, and then just chill. Tomorrow's run, Wednesday, is car in the garage first. I almost forgot about that before. And then up a Bodybuilding sesh. So I will see you all in the next one. Peace.